All right, you found the house, you're ready to make an offer, but your agent says if this offer is accepted and we go under contract, you're going to need to write a check for $5,000 right now. Okay, so that is earnest money. You can think of it as a security deposit, good faith money, showing the seller that you're not just window shopping, that you fully intend to buy their property. So, how much is it and where does it go? Okay, so typically in the Denver MSA, you're looking to 1 to 2% of purchase price. Now, in a hot market, a higher amount can make your offer stand out. And that brings up a good point. Now, a seller can ask for as much money as they want in earnest money. Usually it's between 1 and 2%, at least in this market. And a buyer can submit what they want in earnest money. Now, if they submit at or above what the seller's asking, obviously you're going to be very attractive in the seller's eyes. If you, as a buyer, submit less than the seller's asking, they may not be as inclined to work with you. So we just need to keep that in mind, okay? Now, here's the most important part. The seller does not keep this money. It goes into an escrow account held by a third party. In Colorado, that is a title company, and it sits there safely until closing day. So what happens to that money? Okay, in most cases, we want to go to closing. Okay. On the day you sign the final papers, the money is credited back to you. It goes towards your down payment or closing costs. It essentially is your first payment on the house. But let's take a quick look. We had talked about $5,000, and on the day of closing, you're going to have a settlement statement that outlines all your credits and debits, and basically says how much do you need to bring on the day of closing in order to purchase this property. And let's just use round numbers. Let's say you get a loan and you need to bring $25,000 to closing. Now, very simply, the earnest money is a credit towards that. So instead of $25,000, now you just need to bring $20,000. Okay, now this is path A. And this is, in most cases, unless the house doesn't check out during our due diligence, this is kind of where we want to be. But there's another path, and that is the deal falls through. And this is where people get nervous, okay? So if you back out, say deal falls. So if you back out because of contingency, like a bad inspection or your financing falls through, you're going to get your earnest money back, especially if you work with a good agent. Now, we're going to call that the safe zone. And as a buyer, you are protected by a whole bunch of contingencies per the state of Colorado. So you can get out because of the condition, or hopefully you can read my handwriting here. You could get out because a long lost relative claims that they own the property and you don't have clear title. You could get out because for some reason your insurance company says that they can't insure the property. A whole bunch of contingencies. This is just the beginning, but here's the key. And I'm going to write the danger zone here, because it goes hand in hand. Here's the key. All of this stuff, there are clear dates in your contract that protect you and protect your earnest money as a buyer. But if you just wake up and decide you don't like the color of the kitchen anymore and walk away outside of those contract dates, the seller may keep that money as damages for taking the house off the market. Okay? So all of this, as protected, can all go over here if we're not careful and we miss our dates. Now, just as sort of a fun fact, as a buyer, you should be protected until the day or two before closing, and we have an actual clear to close from title and the lender, so your earnest money is never really at risk. But here's the bottom line. Earnest money protects the seller from flakes, but protects you by showing you're a powerhouse buyer. Always check your contingency dates though. Those are the deadlines you must keep in order to keep that earnest money safe. Talk to your realtor about your specific state laws. We're here to help, and thank you as always for tuning in.